Hello, my name's Charlotte Eisenhart and I'm Head of Member Services here at the National Association of Local Councils, and I'm joined by Christian Vincent from WorkNest. WorkNest are NALC's national partners in the delivery of our HR advice and guidance service. In this video, we'll be talking about the newly updated suite of template HR policies. These documents are available exclusively to parish and town councils in membership of NALC and their local county association. There are now 19 template policies, 17 how-to guides, plus other resources like the Good Councillor's Guide to Employment, Template Contract of Employment, and other programmes like the Local Council Award Scheme and Civility and Respect Project. All of these designed to help your council be the best employer it can be. Being a good employer should be on the top of the agenda for any parish or town council. Not only do you have legal duties towards your staff, but they are the key means through which you will achieve great things for your community. Being a good employer will allow your staff to grow and thrive in their roles, ultimately allowing the council to make a bigger impact. And as a member of NALC and your local county association, your council has access to these materials, plus advice and guidance from your county association and sector experts such as Christian here. So on that note, I will hand over to Christian to talk us through the key changes from these documents as part of this most recent review. Over to you, Christian.
Thank you very much, Charlotte, and hello everyone, and thank you for watching this video. We've been providing support in partnership with NALC over many years, and most of the time we've been reviewing policies on an ad hoc basis where there have been significant changes in employment law or as a regular refresh. As you may be aware, earlier in 2024, there were a number of changes to employment law, and that necessitated a wider look at the policies to ensure they were still up to date. Now, looking forwards, some of you may be aware that the current government has proposed a number of changes to employment law, which will be enshrined in an employment rights bill. Further details are still awaited. When we get more information, we will absolutely communicate that out to councils. And when there are changes have been formalised through Parliament, we will provide any needed changes to policies, whether new policies or adaptations to existing policies. Turning to the policy groups that we have looked at for this year, there have been 2 new policies that we're introducing, other policies where large changes have been made, and the remaining policies we've reviewed to ensure that they are concise where they can be and the language is clarified where feedback has been given that they could be better improved. The first policy that has been introduced is that for carers leave. This is a new right to people who care for others, and that is the right to 1 week of unpaid leave in a 12-month period. Further details can be found in the policy. Following feedback from councils and county associations, we've also introduced a policy for compassionate leave. This is where a person may unfortunately suffer a bereavement in their close family or serious illness, and this permits time off from the council to go and support or to make needed arrangements. The policy is drafted on the basis of unpaid leave. However, the council may wish to review either the timeframe for that or offer paid leave should they so wish. There's also been changes to paternity leave, whereas previously people could take off either 1 or 2 weeks in one block up to 8 weeks after the birth of the child. Now, leave may be taken in either one block or 2 blocks of 1 week up to 52 weeks after the birth of the child. Further details are contained within the policy. Many changes were proposed also to flexible working requests. Some of those came through, and so the policy picks up on the fact that employees may make now up to 2 requests per year from day 1 of employment, and employers, rather than having 3 months to consider the request, including any appeals, only have 2 months to consider the request. Maybe of interest to note that ACAS have also produced an updated code on considering flexible working requests, which is separate to this piece of work. Annual leave. Whilst it won't affect most councils, if you have a person on your books who is on a continuing contract and works either on a very ad hoc basis or for part of the year, there have been some changes made to how to process and calculate annual leave. Further details are in the policy. Now, as Charlotte said, these are template policies. You may wish to adopt them as they are, to adapt them to your circumstances, especially if you have multiple employees and want to reflect on that management relationship within the policy, or you may choose to adopt your own policies. What we would certainly say is where the legal entitlement within the policies is to unpaid leave, it is up to the council as to whether they wish to follow the legal entitlement or to offer a more generous settlement to their employees. It's also worth noting that individuals may have contracts that have enhanced terms, whether additional leave or paid leave. Where there is a conflict between the contract and the policy, the contract should always be followed. And finally, it's worth noting that as you're considering these policies, you may also wish to look at your schemes, delegation or standing orders to ensure that they are aligned and supportive of the policies that you adopt as a council. Further support can be gained from your county association with any questions relating to that. Now, we very much, in partnership with NALC, recommend that you adopt policies according to your size. While there are 19 policies, most councils may not wish to adopt it, especially if you only have one employee. So please adopt the policies that are most appropriate to your needs and your size. And for smaller councils, that may only be a handful of policies, whereas for larger town or parish councils, you may wish to adopt most, if not all, of the policies. Thank you very much for listening. I'll pass now back to Charlotte.
Brilliant. Thank you, Christian. And if you're watching this and have any questions about these documents or anything related to HR and employment, then please do contact your local county association. They'd be really happy to assist you. And thank you for watching this video.